The latest Genshin update contains a lot of insane changes, one of which includes the renaming of the usual patch cycle, and instead of this update having version 6.0, now it's called Luna 1. Yeah, I'm surprised as you are, but in this video, I am quickly going to cover everything you need to know about the upcoming Genshin's Luna 1 version. Okay, so the first major area of Nod-Krai is going to be the Isle of Cold Moonlight, which includes the hub Nasha Town, where the traveler will arrive after sailing through the sea. The devs mentioned you can get rewards from exploring this place, which is nice, but I also noticed you can get the new 4-star craftables from the blacksmith here. On top of that, 2 new artifact sets will be also added into the game. No details have been officially disclosed yet, but we can easily assume they will be tailor-made for Nod-Krai units. Now, just like Natlan, Nod-Krai is fueled by this universal energy called Kuvaki, which will be part of the ecosystem, like enemies utilizing it, but you can also use this energy to solve puzzles and even manipulate the enemies, like removing their weapons or shields. Other than that, another big area is going to be this massive Fatui fortress, which you'll be able to infiltrate in several ways, and there's even going to be some kind of an alarm system that summons reinforcements if you're not stealthy enough. Also, there's going to be this new system called meeting points, where you basically accumulate the progression of each zone, and then each new character from that zone will have their own little story moment. Plus, from what I've gathered, these meeting points will unlock special compasses that help locate rewards of the area. And as you can see, there's gonna be a bunch of rewards given away as well. Also, since completing world quests help advance these meeting points, one of the Frost Moon Sign world quests will also give away a free sword. Now, there's also gonna be 2 new world bosses, Radiant Moonfly, which looks pretty cool, but the other boss, Knuckle Duckle, actually has a unique shop you can access, where you can obtain cosmetics both for Aino and Innefa after gathering their special items, which you can get from their friendship levels or chest inside the new area. Oh, and there's even gonna be this Selenic Chronicles system, where you can complete some favors for Columbina, and she will give a bunch of rewards and buffs. Finally, when it comes to the Archon quest, there's gonna be 2 acts in this version. You can claim 500 Primo Gems by just completing it, plus other goodies included, although most important of all, Aino will be given away for free, so kinda the usual you'd expect at the start of any new major version. Oh, and the devs also stated new character story quests such as Lauma's will actually be part of the Archon quest, so it won't be like a filler story, but instead, they will offer a new perspective for the overarching plot. So, we're kicking off this Luna 1 version with 3 new characters, and starting with Lauma, she's a 5-star Dendro Catalyst user, and she's bringing with her a new reaction, Lunar Bloom. Now, it works in a pretty straightforward way. Whenever anybody in the team causes Bloom reaction, it will be instead Lunar Bloom. However, it won't deal special damage like Lunar Charge, and instead, Lunar Bloom simply accumulates this new resource called Verdant Dew that is tracked by the whole team. Now, Lauma's skill when held down will periodically damage enemies and reduce their Dendro and Hydro resistance. But more importantly, it will also consume Verdant Dew and power up her burst. And what does the burst do? Well, it basically powers up bloom-related reaction damage. So think of it like Shenhe's quills. And by default, the burst will boost this damage for some amount of blooms. However, if the skill consumed Verdant Dew, an additional quantity of these reactions will be boosted. But besides that, Lauma can also turn into this dare to run around, plus NPCs and even animals will react to her differently when she's on field. Like some furry friends will even give her food when they see her. But moving over to Flins, he's a 5-star Electro Polearm user, and his whole shtick is to deal increased damage with Lunar Charged. His skill grants him Electro Infusion, and if you tap it for the 2nd time, he will consume some of this energy to unleash a mini burst attack, similar to how Veresa works. By the way, this burst counts as Lunar Charge damage, and he does have a regular burst as well. But something tells me his mini burst is going to be a lot more relevant. Also, because he is the Light Keeper, he can translate what the Wild Hunt enemies are saying. Pretty cool. Finally, we have Aino. She's pretty simple. The skill does a dash attack while the burst can be deployed, and it will constantly keep attacking enemies within range. But she is the first Hydro Claymore user, so the game finally feels complete at least. Oh, and as I said, she's a 4-star, and she will be given away for free during the Archon quest. Now, when it comes to the banner schedule, Phase 1 will have Lauma and Nahida along with their signature weapons as the featured 5-stars, while Phase 2 will have Flins and Yelan along with Aino as the featured characters. Does this mean we get to play and own Aino before her first banner? I'm not sure yet, but probably that will be the case. Oh, and get this, Chronicled Wish is making a comeback, and this time around, you can pick between Dia, Alhaitham, Wanderers, Cyno, Nilo, and Tignari. This also means their signature weapons will also be on this banner. Right now, I would say probably Nilo will have the most attention, since I can already see Lauma and Nilo working really well together. But yeah, that's pretty much everything you need to know about the new upcoming units. However, these next two changes are really big, and dare I say, game-changing? Let's talk about it in this next segment, after this short sponsor break. Topping up costs a lot, and those numbers are always painful to look at. So if there was any way to bring those prices down, you'd want to hear about it, right? Well, luckily today's sponsor, LD Shop, can easily help you with this. They offer in-game purchases on multiple titles, but with a massive discount. For example, for Genshin, they have their character guarantee bundle that gives 180 pulls worth of currency. And if you're just looking to swipe in general, you can get top-ups that usually cost $100 in the US for just over $75, which ends up saving you over 20%. Oh, and if you're wondering, yes, the first top-up bonus will work from LD Shop, so you can get double Genesis crystals, but cheaper. And it's very easy to do it. Just enter your UID and server region and press top-up button. Within 5 minutes, the top-up will appear in-game. If you spend over $80 in 1 month, you can claim a free Welkin Moon. And if you register for LD Shop using my link, you get a 5% and 15% off coupons, which can be used to save up to $50 off. LD Shop has been a go-to place for thousands of players, and it's absolutely safe and secure for top-ups. So use my link to start saving and help support my channel. Okay, so here's the first big change. There will be a new permanent activity in the game called To Temper Thyself and Journey Far, which will last for 12 weeks and will keep repeating every 12 weeks. And basically, all you have to do here is complete a daily goal 5 times per week to claim a weekly reward. These rewards include crowns, elixirs, and dust of enlightenment. However, once you complete week 8 daily goals, you can claim a free constellation for any of these characters shown here, and they seem to span from 1.0 all the way to the end of 3.0. However, some units like Archons are missing here. Still, the devs have mentioned that overall, this activity will allow players to gain a total of 4 constellations per year, and the list of characters will be updated over time. However, you can only select a constellation for that one specific character once, and then you have to pick a different one next time. So yeah, pretty crazy addition to the game, and the first 12 weeks will start from Luna 1 version and last until December 1st. Still, we have one more major change, and that is Genshin is increasing the max level cap. But the way it's done, I'm not a huge fan of, to be honest. So, long story short, from now on, whenever you pull a 5-star character and they were already C6, you will, in addition to Star Glitter, receive this new resource called Masterless Stella Fortuna. And then, you can ascend any character from level 90 to level 95 without needing any extra materials or XP books by using one of this Stella Fortuna. But, to go from 95 to 100, you will need 2 of these items. So, in short, you need 3 Masterless Stella Fortuna to raise any character's level cap from 90 to 100. And as you'll notice here, this level cap will improve base stats, and from what we were told during the live stream, this higher level will also improve reaction damage. Oh, and most important of all, if you ever pulled a 5-star unit above C6 before, the devs will retroactively send you these materials after the update goes live. Still, in reality, let's think about it. For free-to-play players, this is kind of a letdown because how many 5-star C6 plus characters do you really own in your account right now? Like, even people who spend won't be able to upgrade their level caps. Heck, I've pulled for all the characters, and I think maybe I would receive 2 or 3 of these items since I think I got a couple of additional standard units after I unlocked their C6 when I lost my 50/50s. But overall, this system seems to be purely designed for whales right now. And sure, the previous activity I mentioned where you can gain up to 4 constellations per year, well, they can only be claimed once per character. So, I don't know. I might make a video about this because I feel like these level caps could have been done in a better way. But ultimately, I think the idea right now is that level 100 is going to be a true representation of a character remaining because this resource is going to be extremely scarce and hard to acquire. Anyway, moving over to events, this time around, the devs didn't share a lot of footage and just mentioned that the big main event shown here is going to be Clink Clank Clash, and its main reward is going to be a free 4-star catalyst. Other events such as Light Earner's Journey and Dodoko's Blow Up event will have a bunch of rewards, which is fine. But what I'm most interested in is the Overflowing Favor event, which will provide double drops for artifacts. A great time to farm the new artifact sets. Now, I'm not sure if this will be a permanent event, but it seems like it. It's called Valiant Chronicles, and you can check in with the Adventurers Guild and take on bounties for local legends. Complete enough of them, and you can get some rewards, including a new type of cosmetic, a frame for your avatar's profile pic. But this next event update will be permanent, and it's the new difficulty mode for Imaginarium Theater. And to challenge this new lunar mode, you need to bring at least 28 characters who are level 70, so pretty crazy requirements. And when you beat a special stage inside this new mode, you will be awarded with a Lunar Arcana card. It's a collectible item, I don't believe it provides any other benefits other than looking cool, and you can trade it with other players too. I guess the craziness of TCG card collecting has also affected Genshin too. But yeah, other than that, Lunar Mode will also provide additional rewards for completing it. Oh, and also, Envisage Echoes will be updated with Nahida and Yelan additions. Still, moving over, the rhythm game will receive a bunch of new changes, and same goes for good old Genius Invocation TCG. New cards and new characters are coming. But remember that Traveler's Tales event? Well, it's going to become permanent. You'll even receive this book where you can track which characters you've met in the world, and you can even go to Yaimiko's shrine and request her to meet specific characters. Finally, let's talk about the upcoming anniversary rewards. After September 28th, an in-game mail will be sent to everyone where you can claim 1,600 Primo Gems, 1 Elixir, 2 Fragile Resin, and this cute new pet, along with the floating bed we can see here, that you can also use together with somebody from co-op. Pretty intimate. And then there will be a 7-day login event where you can obtain up to 10 Intertwined Fates and a single Dust of Enlightenment. In addition, just like with every new major version, the double top-up bonuses will be reset. Oh, and of course, how could I forget? The standard character selector banner will be live during the anniversary. You can pick between any of these units, and on top of that, Hoyo said you will receive enough materials to raise them to level 60 immediately. I know I'm getting Mizuki because her constellations are pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, there's like a million different quality of life changes, so let's just get this over with. First, the amount of adventure XP will be significantly increased. Now you can get it from oculi, shrines, and so on. I'm guessing it's there to help other players speed up leveling their account. Then, character trials you've completed before, like if it's a rerun unit, you can just now get their rewards without needing to repeat the trial, and the tutorials will be improved. Then, the Battle Pass will now include a choice of harvestable Ascension materials you can pick from, and also the limit has been increased for monster materials you can purchase from Starguller's shop each month. But heading into co-op, the difficulty, or basically how much HP the enemies have in open world and certain domains, will be reduced. Pretty nice for those who like to farm together in co-op. They will be able to do it faster now. However, and get this, artifacts are also receiving a major overhaul. After the version update, any level 0 artifact that has only 3 substats will now preview the 4th substat before even leveling it, as you can see here. What this means is that quite often for DPS units, we get one of the crit stats and then hope the 4th one has it, and in the process, we end up wasting resources if the 4th substat is not critical rate or damage. So over a longer period of time, this will really help us save up on resources, since we will be able to see what the 4th substat is going to be. But if that's not enough, once Luna 1 update goes live, you will be able to spend 40 resin without needing to use condensed resin. And instead, condensed resin will now claim triple the rewards, so basically go from 40 to 60 resin. And you can also obtain some of the gadgets used to farm condensed resin by just visiting the blacksmith and buying them for Mora, handy for beginners. If that's not enough, the first week after each phase starts, the restriction on domains availability will be lifted, so you can just get any material, doesn't matter what the current day is. Finally, Natlan artifact sets, Cinder City and Obsidian Codex will be added to the artifact strongbox system, the artifact limit will be raised by 200, Serenity Pot will be increased by 20, and Furnishings limit will increase to 2,600. And while this is not coming with Luna 1 version, but the highly anticipated UGC mode, which the devs are calling it now Miliastra Wonderland, well, this trailer showed off so much about it. It literally looks like an engine you can use to make any kind of game you want. And as for its release date, seems like it will go open beta on Luna 2 version, and then bunch more features will be added later on as shown here. Whew, that's basically it. I might have missed something. Seriously, this livestream program was almost 2 hours long, so I hope this condensed version of it helped you soak in the info more easily. And hey, I'd really appreciate it if you could press the like button on this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks, and see you very soon.